It's your girl T here, back with the Tuesday vidya. I know you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day because we're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is, I love myself. We love ourselves. We're tea timers. We're the center of our universe. So we absolutely love ourselves. I wanted to get in today to back to self-care, and not the traditional way people say self-care. Go get your nails done. Go write a quote on your wall, post on your Instagram how much you love yourself. Those are all, they're superficial forms of self-care, but I'm talking about really taking a day out of your week and devoting it to yourself. I work my butt off, but when I, miss the one day a week where I have it to myself, and that means no SP, no children, no, just me by myself, where I get back to self, my week is thrown off. I will forever have it one day out of the week where I have at least 4 to 5 hours to myself, and I just devote it to myself. And that doesn't mean cleaning the house or getting my errands done. This is where I just have time to myself, where I focus on myself. I take myself out for lunch. I go shopping. Part of it is I get my nails done, but that's not the sole focus. Whatever makes you feel good is what I'm talking about. You take a couple hours out of the week where you devote it just to yourself. Don't answer your phone. Don't do anything on your to-do list. Just devote it to yourself. We've been trained as a society that sitting around and having me time is selfish and unproductive. It's actually the reverse. Doing that will make your week productive, will make your week successful, because you're showing yourself subconsciously that you prioritize yourself so that other people and circumstances, excuse me, can prioritize you too. If you are constantly doing for others but never doing for yourself, what do you expect your reflection in the 3D to look like? It's going to be that everybody puts you last on the priority scale, and all their needs come before yours. But you're creating that narrative. You are conditioning that narrative. If you're always putting everyone ahead of yourself, that's going to reciprocate back to you. Take the time you need out of your week to have time to yourself, whether it's listening to music, going for a walk, taking a bubble bath, just doing something for yourself that you wouldn't normally do to show yourself how much you love yourself. Even in the morning, if you're really pressed for time, you take 5-10 minutes and do your self-care routine with doing your face wash and just telling yourself loving affirmations. That is a form of self-care. I talk to my friends. I have power conversations with them about things that we're doing to make ourselves feel good, lifting ourselves up. We exchange that information. That's all part of self-care, self-love, having uplifting conversations. As women, we like to talk, have these positive self-fulfilling self-care conversations where you're lifting each other up. This gets glossed over really quickly within the manifestation community by like affirm, persist, for sure, 100%. I agree with that. However, you also have to love yourself by showing yourself through actions that you love yourself. Doing things for yourself that make you feel great. And doesn't have to be a big action. You could watch your favorite show that you never got to the whole week because you were working or doing what you have to, and sitting down for an hour and just loving on yourself. I always say on my channel, chase your bliss. I've been saying that since day one. Do things that make you happy. I'm not saying don't pay all your bills and just sit on the couch for the rest of your life, but chase things that make you happy. Do you ever hear people when they talk about if you do something you love, it won't feel like work? It's because you're happy, because what you're doing is bringing you joy. I have seen it time and time again, and I've experienced it through my own life, where you have a job that pays you really well and you hate going into work. Throughout the day, you're wishing you weren't there, but you get your paycheck at the end, so you validate that by saying, well, at least I get benefits and I have a good job. No, you shouldn't use you shouldn't use the time. We have an uncertain amount of time in our lives to be on this planet and enjoy doing things that you hate and just biding time to get a paycheck. You should do the things you love, and a paycheck will naturally come from it. Because you love it so much, your positive energy is flowing out, and it will naturally reciprocate some kind of payback. Even if you're not receiving money from doing something that you love and you have a feeling of calm and joy within you, that's your payback. It doesn't always have to be a payback in monetary form. It can be in feeling high, feeling the joy and glow flow of just making a difference in the world or bringing joy to yourself and others, whatever feeds you, you need to feed it. You can't starve yourself of love and expect the rest of the world to give it back to you. What we feel internally mirrors out. So if we are ignoring ourselves the whole week and then expecting other people to prioritize us, that doesn't make sense, because if the 3D is a mirror reality, you're ignoring yourself, you'll get ignored. You prioritize yourself, you'll be prioritized. Have you ever met somebody and you're like, that person has it going on, and you tell them something negative and they flip it off? They're like, oh, well, it doesn't affect my world. I know where I'm going. And they have this confidence and aura about them that you want to reciprocate because they just don't let the outside world affect them. They're in their own way, or they're in their own mind, and they know where they're going, and they just focus on themselves. That's the way we want to be. Love yourself unconditionally. Give yourself grace. Regardless of what's happened in your past and you feel is unforgivable, forgive yourself for that. I told you guys this before. You can do the Ho'oponopono prayer to yourself if it's hard for you to forgive in your mind. Take the time out of your week to make yourself a priority, and you will see things start shifting. The energy that flows from bringing joy into your own life will start flowing out of you, and it will be reciprocated back to you. But most importantly, the reason why we want to invest in ourselves and do this self-love is so that we can live the life we love, and we can get ourselves back to that feeling state of when we were younger, where we knew what we wanted and we knew where we were headed, and we prioritized our needs and wants, and it worked in our favor. Because we weren't always putting everybody else ahead of us, and we weren't listening to what other people were telling us is possible and not possible, because we already knew in our own minds what was possible and not possible. We're returning ourselves back to our natural element, which is limitlessness. If y'all have questions, you know what to do, but I definitely love y'all. Not as much as you should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye.